years, we've been all over the adventure category of riding, going back to, well, sometime around our first season in 1989, when Yamaha first brought out a smaller version of this bike here in Canada, the 1989 750cc Ténéré. Basically, a big, sturdy, road-going dirt bike with spoked rims, room for luggage, and sit-down, stand-up riding ergonomics. Now fast forward some 20-odd years and meet the brand new Super Ténéré with its all-new fly-by-wire 1,199cc parallel twin, complete with variable engine mapping, leaving us to wonder, how does the new Super Ténéré measure up to the current big bore adventure class leader, the BMW R1200 GS? Well, to answer that question, we press one of Canada's top enduro riders, former national champion Kevin Burnett, into action. And here's what he had to say after a day in the saddle. So Kevin, this morning we rolled this out of the trailer. You got your first look at it. What was your first impression before you even threw a leg over it?
I wish it was blue. But I love it. It looked bulky in the front end. Like we were saying earlier, I thought the tank looked absolutely huge, but once you take a good look at it, you see this is the air box here. Most of your fuel's down low, and that's evident when you're driving it because it tips around real easy. Yep. It's not a big bulky thing. Loved it. Great balance.
So let's sort of break it down a little bit. Tell me about the motor itself. I was impressed with just how much torque it had for a twin.
Yes, and throughout the range, it doesn't complain. You can be in 6th gear at 60 kilometers an hour, and it will just drive away from it, doesn't complain about it.
Right.
Really impressed. Very well tuned.
Yeah.
Easy to drive in any gear. Nice.
It sounded nice too as you rode away. Did you like the sound?
Yeah. Yep. You rev it up a bit. I don't think I went over $6 grand all day, but it's got a nice sound, nice feel. Great.
How about the transmission? It's a brand new bike. It has very few miles on it, but what about the transmission?
Very smooth. Never missed a gear all day. And even if you forget to drop a gear, it doesn't matter because it's got all kinds of torque. Right. You just pull through that corner in the high gear, whatever.
Now, you were asking a lot of questions about the brakes. You seem to be concerned about the ABS, or you wanted to really try it out. What did you think of the brakes and the stopping power, the ABS?
Well, my concern is when you take it off of pavement onto some gravel or other loose surfaces, how does it react front and back? You get off into some gravel and you just grab a handful of front brake, a big no-no on most bikes, and it just stopped. No drama. What else can you ask for?
Right.
Suspension hit every bump. I hit every pothole I could see. Yeah. Sorry about getting dirt on it.
Yeah, no worries.
But it worked good.
Okay. Speaking of working good, you have a few options up with the controls. Yeah. Maybe you could tell us what you discovered here in terms of some of the selections.
Well, I was playing with traction control throughout the day. So you've got different levels. Number 1 has the most control. Right. If you want to have the bike slide out a little bit in a corner but not get out of control, there's level 2. Or if you want to just have completely loose bike, is a good way to say it, you can turn it right off. Right.
And then there was also the modes, right?
Yeah, you can change your mapping on the fly. Mapping from touring, T, to sport, you can do on the fly. Right. So you see a bunch of twisty corners come up and you really want to wick it up a bit. Hit sport, and it does make a difference. You can feel
it, eh? Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing really delicate down low, which is a consideration when you're doing off-roading. You don't want stuff to get torn off on a rock or a little stump or something. There is, I saw an optional skid plate. Right. If you're going to get real aggressive, I'd say throw that on. Yeah. It's good though.
So who would you recommend this bike to? Who's the customer that's going to appreciate a bike like this?
Well, road bike guys who want to do some touring, who don't know how to drive on gravel, this computer is doing all the thinking for you. Right. If you want to cross the country with or without somebody on the back, lots of luggage, I think this would be perfect. I think you could just hop on it and cross the country, no problem.
Thumbs up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great job. Thanks for coming out and helping us today.
Okay, my pleasure.